Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, it's good to see you.
Oh, it is good to see you too. A long time no see, huh?
Long time no see. It's been ages.
I know. I remember that the last time the last time we talked, you were in another country. You were not in America. Were you in Asia? Or no?
Um, well, I think so. I was using Italki a lot when I was in Mexico and then in the United States.
Okay.
But then I stopped using it because I was moving to Alaska where I wasn't
Oh
going to have
yes.
good
Yes.
internet. I wasn't going to have reliable internet. And I was moving up there for a summer job. And that was it. That was really the last time I used Italki for over a year. And since then, I moved. Since then, I moved to China, lived there for a couple of years, worked as an English teacher, and then left there and moved to Canada. So I currently live in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Last time I spoke with you, I was getting ready to leave the continental United States to go up to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wow.
think
Yeah, it's been a while. I was so
been a long
happy
time.
to discover that you were back. I was searching for teachers for this project, and then I came across your profile, and then I was like, "Oh, Bryson is back. Yes. Yes."
Nice.
So thank you.
I'm glad you stumbled upon me. Yeah, I reactivated the profile, yeah, again after like a couple of years of not using it. And then I just kind of left it alone for a while, and then slowly new students were coming and things like that, and I was staying really busy. I'm really glad to see you again. I'm glad that
Yes, yes.
I popped up as you were searching for teachers.
Yes. And I wanted to say thank you so much for participating in this project.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, I would like to talk to you about karma today. And I wanted to ask you if you have any thoughts on karma, if you believe in the law of karma, if
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a really interesting topic, and I definitely have my own beliefs about it, but that's not like I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in like a person's actions uh, changing the future in some way just because of the nature of the actions. Like I believe in cause and effect. I believe that if I treat somebody poorly, that person may have negative feelings toward me, and they may do something at some point in the future that can cause something bad to happen to me. Sure, but in terms of karma, as the way that I think many of us understand it, I don't believe in that. However, I do have great respect for people who do believe in karma because I have no way to disprove it. I just don't believe that it is something that exists. But
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
interesting. Yeah, because I think that most people they believe like in this law, this universal law of justice, or maybe they think of it as this old man with a beard in the clouds trying to make things even, right?
yep, someone holding the scales
Yeah, so
somehow.
okay, so if you let's say if you robbed a bank, maybe you got away with it, but karma is going to get you. Maybe
Mm.
in the future, someone will steal your car or someone will steal something from you. I guess
Mm.
that's how people think of it.
Yeah, and I think there's a part of that. One reason people like to believe that and feel that way is because it gives you a sense of fairness, right? We like to think that, oh man, somebody hurt me somehow, so I may not be able to get back at them, but they're going to get it somehow, some
Yeah.
way. Like karma is going to get them, fate is going to get them back for it. So I think there's a level of comfort in that. And then the opposite, like I I enjoy doing good things. First of all, because I enjoy it, and second of all, I know that good things will return to me.
Yes, the good
So
karma
they're
would it be like
right, yeah.
maybe? Yeah. It's interesting what you mentioned that it gives them power. Maybe okay, so something will happen to that person, and it's okay, maybe they did that with me, but they will understand in the future. Like, I have a funny story. I wasn't going to mention that, but it just occurred. It's not that funny maybe, but my mom, she told me a story that my grandmother told her. That so one day my grandmother, she had a bar, and she was closing the bar one day, and someone asked her to wear the toilet, and then she said, no, I'm closing the bar, it's not possible. And then the woman insisted, and then she said, no, 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 I'm closing. And then she went home. Some years back, decades actually, yeah, she was single back then. Decades has passed, and she needed to use the bathroom. She was in the center of the city, and then she thought, and then the person said the same thing, that she couldn't use it. And then she remembered that thing that so many decades ago, and then she was like, oh, so this is happening to me because I didn't let the other person use my bathroom. And it is interesting because my mom, she said she'd never thought of it again ever in all those years.
Oh, wow.
But
And
actually,
this,
yeah, tell me.
oh, is it, then this
Yeah,
one occasion brought the memory up to the surface after so many decades of never having considered it.
yeah, exactly. But I do believe it is what you said. I believe in the law of cause and effect. I think that people misinterpreted, misin, how do you say?
You say, I think that people misinterpret something.
Misinterpret the law of karma. They think that there is going to be like a external punishment for some actions, but actually I do believe that actually karma in Sanskrit means action. So our lives, it's a collection of action from the moment we are born until the moment we die. We have actions that lead to the next thing. So something, some decision, some choice will lead to the next. So there is, if your actions are good, probably you're going to get good results in life. But if your actions are poor actions, then you will have like bad consequences naturally, just naturally,
Right. And
right?
I'm glad you said that. I was thinking along those same lines, and it's a point that I had wanted to bring up, but you beat me to it. You know, when you act in admirable ways, when you treat other people well, when you do good things for other people are going to tend to want to treat you well and do good things for you. And so I think like we kind of create our own atmospheres based on our behaviors, right? And um, this doesn't exactly disprove the idea of karma, because like the experience that you're talking about, that story, um, there's absolutely nothing about the her initial, decades ago, having not allowed someone to use the bathroom. There's no connection between that and uh, there's no cause and effect connection between that and uh, her experience of needing to use the bathroom. Now, who am I to say that this isn't karma in action? Maybe it is. Again, I've no way to disprove it, but I do agree with what you began saying. Like the way we act around others is going to affect the way we experience the world around us and our quality of life and the way others act around us and the way others want to treat us. And of course, that's a much more short-term effect, because if you misbehave around other people, well, you know, on the short term, you're going to have some negative experiences. And you may say, oh, yeah, that was karma. He behaved badly. And, the next week, something happened to him. It's like, well, maybe like that happened to him because he was being a real jerk last week.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So for example, imagine that someone so got jealous at a coworker because that coworker got a promotion, and he or her didn't, or haven't,
You can say he or she didn't get the
didn't
promotion.
get the
Right.
promotion. So that person, if that person get jealous at that, so that person will be, can I say, souring his or her mood?
You say that person will have a sour mood, or yeah, you could use it as an adverb. You can say they will behave sourly. It sounds kind of
Sourly.
funny, but it
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll
So
have a sour mood. Sounds better.
that person will have a sour mood.
Hmm.
So that person probably won't make the connection. It will be a chain of events. So for example, the person get jealous, that person goes home and cuts someone on traffic, maybe get into an accident because he had this soured mood, because got jealous, and then he get himself involved in an accident. Or
Hmm.
maybe he will get home and slap his children, or maybe he will be working mm, lazily. It's not a adverb, is it? Lazily.
Lazily.
But
Yeah,
I
you can
say
do
it.
things. You can do things lazily. If you are very lazy, you're not very active. You do something slowly. Yeah.
That would be weird. Even in Portuguese, I wouldn't say that. But yeah. So that person will do bad at work because that person
Hmm.
got jealous. And then that person maybe would get fired. But that person wouldn't make the connection, because I think that what happens with karma, for example, with my grandmother, I think that maybe the consequences, they are, well, yeah, if you rob a bank, you could get caught, but that's not the worst thing that might happen. I think you know that you are integrity,
And oh yes, integrity. Integrity.
integrity. You are out of integrity. I cannot say that.
It's a
Integrity.
it's a mouthful.
Do you have a synonym? A synonym?
A synonym. Integrity.
Integrity.
It. Oh gosh, a synonym for integrity. I'm not very good at thinking up
Okay, no,
synonyms right on the spot, but
I cannot say that's the best word, but I cannot say
that's all
intrag.
right.
You got
Uh, yeah, it's integrity.
integ, integ, integrity.
There you
Yeah,
go. Perfect.
integrity. Yes, thank you, Bryson.
Uh-huh, of course.
So you are out of integrity with yourself, and you know it. So if you do something bad, you put yourself in hell because you know
Mm,
it. So if you rob a bank, for example, let's say you would get away with it, you go to an island, you will be there, but in the back of your mind you will be thinking probably, am I going to get caught tomorrow? Do those people know that I robbed a bank?
mm,
The person knows that what he or she did is wrong.
mm,
Like, we know. So my grandmother, I think that she knew, somehow she knew, and even though it was not conscious, she she maybe in her unconscious mind, she kept that, and she didn't need anyone to, well, it happened that someone else said that she couldn't use the bathroom, but I think she was punishing her all the time, those years for that. Maybe I think we do that because we know that when I don't know, when we overreact, when we do bad things, we know that we could have done things better, and I think we put ourselves in hell, and we live in that. And then when something happened, it's easy to connect that with karma, but it was there all along. Like, oh, that was karma because I act that way in the past. But no, it was there with you, your bad behaviors, your bad actions, you knew. So I think that's that's sort of what karma is, like an
I
internal thing.
I think there's a lot of merit to what you just said, that line of reasoning, and that's not something I'd really considered. Like, yeah, maybe you do something, you misbehave at some point in the past, and it stays with you. It stays. I mean, I can remember things I did as a kid,
Yeah.
as a young child, or as a early teenager or something. And every now and then when I think about those things, I still feel bad. I feel kind of gross and embarrassed. I'm like, but nobody else remembers those things. Nobody else
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah.
And those things in the past have no bearing on anybody's lives at this point in time. But if I did believe in karma, then the next time something terrible happens to me, I might tell myself, "Oh God, yes, I knew this was that that thing I did 20 years ago is going to come back to bite me. And I knew that was going to happen. And here I am. And it finally happened. And again, like I don't mean to poke fun at the idea of karma, because again, like I can't say whether or not it's completely true, but I imagine that this is how a lot of people think. This is the line of reasoning that a lot of people follow. Um, and I mean, it sounds, it can be reasonable, like you say. Like, our actions stick with us, especially when we know we've done something wrong. You know, we never forget those things. Never
Yes,
forget those
exactly.
things.
But do you think that there are some people who are so bad or mean that they don't have any consciousness or conscious of
Oh,
their
conscience. They don't.
conscience of their actions?
Oh, yeah.
There's,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. I guess you could use consciousness of their actions. Like it doesn't really occur to them that what they are doing is bad. Um, I mean, there are people who psychologically
yeah.
cannot make connections between uh, positive actions and negative actions.
Hmm.
I mean, this is somewhat rare. Like the normal person that you meet on the street, it probably doesn't have this kind of a condition. But there are people who, I mean, sociopaths, for
Of
example,
course.
they don't make connections between treating others poorly or treating others nicely. You know, they actually have people. You have to tell them explicitly what you did and what you said is a bad thing, and they may say, "Oh, I didn't know that." Like, but like I think the nature of your question is, do I think that there are people who are just so bad, like so evil, so to speak, that they don't care, right? They know what they're doing hurts others, harms others, and they simply don't care. Um, Absolutely, I think there are many people like that in the entire human population. There are many people like that, and people who do these kinds of things do not always have bad things happen to them.
Yeah.
There are people who commit just heinous acts toward other people, and they live lives of ease, uh, rich lives. They may be so well protected. They may have so much power that nobody can touch them, and a lot of people end up dying of old age after living like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like karma in those specific situations, I don't really see karma, fully coming to fruition in those kinds of situations.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. In a spiritual point of view, I would say that, I don't know, maybe their egos are trying to survive the idea that I don't know, for example, I think that the ego always wants more. Like if you have like a 1 billion company, you will try to protect that, and you do, not you, but some people, maybe they will do whatever it takes to protect that thing that they have.
Mhm.
And they are so in a survival mode that they would do anything for the idea of them as individual, the idea that they make of them to survive. Maybe they're acting out of ego or selfishness.
Yeah, I mean that's
I don't know.
I think that's definitely true in a lot of situations. And it seems that, I mean, I can imagine why. Imagine that you've worked really hard. You've spent your entire career building something, and it takes off and it's successful and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like having a high castle. The more you have, the more you need to protect.
Yeah.
Like the more stuff you have, the more monetary value your company has in this example. The more you have to work to take care of it and protect it. And the sense of accomplishment, I think, is cathartic and addicting. And you want to continue to progress and make it bigger and better. So I
uh,
think that is certainly a common occurrence.
yeah, but when I mean, I think that in everyone's lives, we always we always want more. I wonder when we will look at things or lives and we think, okay, so I have enough. What I have, it's enough. I can, yeah. But it seems to me, like I say that for my personal life, like there's always so much more to achieve, and when what it is will be enough, like how things are or what I am will it ever be enough. Like
Hmm.
it seems like we are always wanting more, and sometimes it's okay, it's good to crave for more. Can I say that? Crave for more, to
Yeah,
want more.
to crave more.
But I wonder if it's just like um I mean, even like how do you call like those rats, a rat game, I don't know, a
A
rat,
maze,
a
like a
maze,
maze.
a
Yeah.
maze, because it doesn't matter, like rats in a maze, it doesn't matter how much you get at the end of your life, you're still a rat. Like you're a rat
Yeah,
with a lot of
yeah.
cheese, but you're still a
Yeah.
rat. Yes. I
At
don't
the
know.
end, it doesn't matter who had the most cheese because you're still just a rat.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's what.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. You know, there's not a whole lot that I want. Like
Really?
I want to enjoy my career. I'm currently studying to be a high school teacher, and by December I will have graduated, and I'll have a
Oh.
certification by February. And I hope to enjoy an exciting and interesting high school teaching career. I want to live in a a somewhat small-ish house that is not an apartment, and I want to be able to have enough free time to enjoy pursuing my hobbies. But beyond that, I don't want a bunch of stuff. You know, I don't
Oh.
want a bigger and better house. I don't want more land that I have to spend time taking care of. I don't want more money than I know what to do with. I want to be comfortable and secure. I want to be able to take care of myself, and I want to be able to take care of my parents when they get old. Um, but you know, I consider myself fortunate that well, maybe not fortunate. I like the fact that I don't want more and more, but I have a level of admiration for people who do want to, who have aspirations
Yeah.
to build something bigger and
Yeah.
stronger. Um, I don't want that for myself, but I
Hmm.
think it's really interesting and exciting when somebody else does want that and when they are excited to live their lives in pursuit of that. What makes me really sad is when I see people who always want more. They constantly want something different, and
Yeah.
they're miserable because of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's when it becomes a real problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Bryson, thank you so much. It's been lovely to talk to you. I just wanted to leave you with a quote as I was studying karma, I came across this quote by the Buddha, and I wanted to share with you. You harm yourself as dust thrown against the wind comes back to the thrower. It's,
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind
yeah.
of what we were talking, right?
It's futile. It doesn't get you anywhere. There's no progression involved, and it's senseless.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, thank you for that. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
What a
Thank you.
wonderful gift. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you for this conversation. It was lovely seeing you again, and I'll definitely be booking other lessons with you. And I'm really
Great.
happy that you are pursuing your dream and then you're like taking steps through your purpose in life.
I I am too, and I'm really excited that you're working on such an interesting project.
Yeah,
I'd love to learn more about it
yeah,
from you.
yeah, yeah. We'll be in touch. Yes.
That's great. Wonderful. Take care
Okay.
of
So,
yourself. It's good to see you again.
bye, Bryson.